Hello, welcome back to another episode of 50 Shades of NBA. I'm your host, Nathan.
I'm your host, Trey.
All right, and today we got a little bit to talk about. Starting off with the Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Mercury owner and just his comments and general conduct in his workplace. But Trey, if you want to kind of take it from there.
For sure. So Robert Sarver sucks.
Boo.
Yeah, so he's been the owner for the Suns and the Mercury for a while. They've both been really great teams as of late.
Mm-hmm.
Sarver was found to have used racial slurs, at least the N-word specifically, at least 5 times.
Yep, 5 times.
He also had sexual misconduct with his female workers, and I think he had inappropriate touching with his male workers.
Yep.
And yeah, so pretty bad in general.
Yeah.
In response, the NBA slapped Sarver with a 1-year ban from the NBA and the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't be on the premises, he can't be on the team, nothing at all.
Yep.
He also has to pay $10 million in a fine, which is donated to charity. I don't remember what the charity was. I saw it for a second. I think they announced it. I didn't catch it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what do you think? Is the NBA doing enough?
For starters, I don't think the punishment itself is nearly enough. We're talking about billionaire owners, so obviously they have money. 10 million is a lot to you and I, but when you think about the revenue and how much they actually make, 10 million does not seem like nearly enough. And honestly, if they just increased his ban from the NBA and WNBA and left the 10 million, I'd be okay with that. Mm-hmm. But I think a year for something that has affected countless people, and I'm assuming negative ways, or else this wouldn't even be an issue, right? 1 year removed is not enough.
He also gets to point the person
who
is coming in, which is just even more it's just messy. Mm-hmm. It's just still messy because it's just what's the point of banning this guy if he's going to put a puppet figure in his place and just still run the... I don't get it.
No, it makes zero sense. It's hey, I'm leaving, but on my way out, here's my really good friend, Jimbo.
Also, he's a minority owner, the new guy is.
Okay.
But yeah, obviously they have a close working relationship. Like-minded people like to surround themselves with like-minded people.
Yep.
And so... it doesn't make a lot of sense to me in terms of the punishment. I looked it up earlier today. Sarver's net worth.
What is it?
$11.6 billion with a B.
Wow.
So $10 million is just a drop in the bucket for Sarver.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Screw I said earlier. Up that.
It needs to
up that by a lot.
It needs to be upped or he needs to sell the team.
Yeah, that's fair. And I don't know. I don't think the team will be sold. The most recent time a team has been was with Donald Sterling, and his track record was a little more
vulgar.
Vulgar, long lasting, that type of stuff, where I don't think, Sarver, his actions should be, looked over by any means. It's also, I don't think it raises that level of selling the team yet. And I also don't think the rest of the owners would get on board with that.
I agree.
So, yeah. I don't know, that's kind of where I'm at.
There's a weird precedent for racism, right?
Yeah.
With NBA owners, where it's all right, this level you have to sell the team, this level you don't.
Yeah.
But we don't have that for sexual misconduct yet, which is why this is such a weird thing that they're just going, no, we're just going to let it rock, he'll be back in a year.
I do think kind of adding on to the sexual misconduct and just the general inappropriateness in the workplace, that the NBA, right, had all summer, and I'm assuming was watching how the NFL handled the Deshaun Watson situation, where that was, again, vulgar and,
despicable.
I don't even have words to,
it's just despicable.
Say how horrible all the actions he did. But if you're the NBA, which is more of a proactive league, I like to think, how do you look at Deshaun Watson not even getting a year, and when you have an owner, someone who literally represents your team, who is the chief honcho,
in every decision.
Yeah, every decision, every little minuscule detail. I don't know how you could look at Deshaun's case, and I think they're similar. With a misconduct standpoint, but how you can just go with that and just say, just a year. That's fine.
It's a little ridiculous. What I do want to say is there's not a lot of props for the NBA right now in terms of what happened, but something they did do was that it was talked about. It was addressed very openly, and like they're like, this is what he did. This is what we're punishing him with, which the NFL did not do at all in the Deshaun Watson case. But at the same time, you're very much choosing to protect your money if you're Adam Silver here, because that means that's the man who hired you.
Yep.
It's unfortunate. It's super unfortunate.
Yeah, I do kind of feel for Adam Silver in this situation since he does work for the owners. So he's more or less just doing what the other owners think. And I think that also reflects a lot on the other owners for him to only get a 1-year ban.
For sure.
And, the $10 million. Yeah.
I agree. That's a good way to put it, but it's just a bad situation.
It is. It really is.
It just sucks.
I feel like looking at, other sports leagues and owners or governors for the NBA, this is coming out more and more just of owner or general manager type misconduct in the workplace and like going back to the NFL. But
Dan Snyder?
Yeah, Dan Snyder, like all of his issues, which correct me if I'm wrong, are still yet to be resolved. But I don't know.
Which is another example of the NFL not being clear
exactly
all the time.
Exactly. So I don't know. You would hope the NBA would do a little more, be a little more heart heavy.
Sure. It sucks.
It does.
I think I might be, I'm a 76ers fan, but if the Suns win the championship this year, I might be happy about it.
Really?
Just because Sarver doesn't get to actually get the ring or the trophy or any of the credit.
His name's not attached to it. Okay, that's fair.
If there's any year that the Suns were to win a championship,
it should be this year.
I'd hope it's this year, I hope it's when Sarver passes away or sells the team.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way, that he technically wouldn't get any credit for, the team's success. So I like it. It. Do I think they'll win?
No, Utah's in that.
Obviously,
in the West.
Utah's taking it. Utah's taking it. Powerhouse right there.
Yeah.
Building for the future.
Colin Sexton,
the young bull. Laurie.
But awful situation. Our hearts definitely go out to everyone involved in that situation. It sucks for everyone involved, but
yeah, I'm curious to see like coming weeks, coming days. One more will come out.
Yeah, we already saw LeBron and Chris Paul both spoke out about it.
Yeah, they spoke out. They put that on their Twitter. So if y'all are interested, go read. But they were basically just condemning, the situation and
rightfully so.
Shocking and kind of egregious those acts are.
It's got to suck if you're Chris Paul too.
Yeah.
To go to a second franchise where you're like seen as a contender and then have your owner be racist.
Yep.
I kind of hope they do during the playoffs, because that's when Donald Sterling things were happening, right? It was during the playoffs when they turned all their warm-up jerseys inside out.
Yep.
And so it didn't say LA Clippers, so they were all playing for each other. I want them to do that all year this year. I want them to make a new jersey.
Yeah.
It's just orange.
It's just orange.
No
has their
brands.
number on it.
No brands. Just has what's their sponsor?
PayPal.
PayPal. We were just talking about them, right?
Yeah, we were. Yep. It just has PayPal slapped on it. Oh yeah. But a little more with PayPal. I did see on Twitter today that there was a report that PayPal, I'm not sure if this is true 100%, but I saw it, so I'm going to talk about it. But PayPal more or less like threatened the Suns organization, saying, hey, if you don't force Sarver out of ownership, then we're going to pull our sponsorship, which real quick, I think that's cool.
I think it's good on PayPal.
Yeah, no, it's really good PR for them. Hopefully it's not just a PR stunt type deal and, they actually mean it, but you never know. But I do think it's cool to see a company in that position who's sponsoring an NBA team. Like not many teams or not many organizations or companies have the ability to do that, to basically threaten their partnership. So
yeah, it's good, whether it is a PR move or not.
Yeah,
it's the right thing for PayPal to do, which I don't know. I like PayPal more now.
Yeah,
I guess
I have to download it.
Yeah, awful situation for the Phoenix Mercury and the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I mean, real quick, just go into the whole WA aspect of it. Like a lot of these comments that were like, sexist or sexual in nature. I'm directed towards women, and if you're in the WNBA, you know, that's got to be even harder. I'd assume.
Yeah,
like I'm just assuming here.
Yeah,
but
we don't know anything.
Yeah, but I don't even know. Icky situation.
It's a disgusting situation.
Yeah,
he should I just have to sell both teams. Get rid of him.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear Sarver's name.
Get him out
ever again.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
but cool. Do you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah. What do we got? We got the in-season tournament, right?
Total in-season tournament.
So there's an 8-team in-season tournament. I think Woj announced it.
Yep. Yeah.
That Woj announced, and
it's Shams too.
Shams too. I think Woj was first.
Okay.
Hashtag Woj first.
Woj bomb.
Hashtag Big Pod.
Hashtag Big Pod. Woj. Hey. Shout out to you, bro.
Hey, Woj. We know you're listening.
Yep. Big Pod, baby.
No, so NBA in-season tournament, right?
Yep.
There's gonna be 8 teams.
Yep.
If you hear noise in the background, it's my little notepad piece of paper here. There's gonna be 8 teams.
Yep.
All the games, I think it's single elimination. And then whoever wins the championship, every player on the winning team gets $1 million.
Yep.
And the record counts towards your regular season numbers, right?
Yep. No, I think you got it spot on.
So what's the point of this?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think there's just too many questions with it right now. Personally, I don't see it working or being interesting, because if it still counts towards the regular season, you know, win-loss total, why even have that?
Like, it's just a regular season game.
It's just a regular season game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Regular season game with added spice.
The $1 million thing for players is nice, especially if you're 15th man, 2-way contract type player.
Absolutely.
I mean,
that's huge.
Listen, Philadelphia, if we're in this in-season tournament and you need a 17th man to sit on that bench and collect a cool mill, I will take it. Because I will be set for life.
I'll be, if the Jazz were doing that. Yeah,
sign Nathan. He has a wedding coming up.
Yeah, I got a wedding coming up next year. Hey, woo! Shout out Gabby.
Big Pod.
Big Pod.
We know you're not listening, Gabby.
That's okay.
It's okay.
But no, it makes you wonder, like, merchandise too.
Yeah.
You'd have to if you're having a whole in-season tournament.
So do you think they're gonna give like rings for this?
I envision a ribbon, scratched out YMCA, and just like duct tape over it saying NBA. I would hate if they gave out rings.
It'd be so dumb.
No, it'd be the
tackiest. Ring debate would be so
dumb. You want to talk about LeBron's Mickey Mouse ring? Oh, you got a in-season tournament ring? Are you kidding me?
Bro, imagine that's how we like decide in the future. Who's like the GOAT? We're like, yeah, Luka, 6-time champion, but like, I'm just gonna say this once. Royce O'Neal, 7-time in-season tournament victor.
Tomato, right?
Same difference.
Same difference.
No, that would be frustrating.
It really would. It really would.
Like every 9-year-old being like, no, my guy's the coolest because he was 24 and dropped 30 in the championship in-season tournament game.
No, it's just nasty to think about, I think. But I don't know. I don't see the point, especially if the other 22 NBA teams are still, playing their games for the regular season.
Stop all the other teams. It's just another.
It's just something extra in the season, and then I don't know how you even decide what teams go in, because
do you take the 8 best?
The 8 best, but like
4
at that
from each
point,
conference, or like 8.
How many games are played at that point in time? Like if you're gonna do this before All-Star break, which I'm guessing you do, like, is there? I don't know. Is there enough games? Or games played to really understand what teams are going to be competing for the title. But then also, do those better teams, more competitive teams, want to even risk this heightened in-season tournament?
Mark Cuban said he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm with them. Players. Yeah, why would you want Luka, quote unquote, going harder in this in-season tournament opposed to a regular season game? Just to potentially get injured.
It's going to be like harder on the players though? Are they just going to all play this the exact same way they do regular season?
Well, you'd expect it from a fan. from a fan position, if you're watching
That's definitely
this
what the NBA
in-season
wants.
tournament, if you're watching this in-season tournament, you expect it to be like a playoff type atmosphere. You'd assume, right?
I feel like it'd be like a
And
G League playoff type atmosphere.
G
Those
League,
lower guys, those lower like 9th, 10th, 11th through 17th.
So do you just give all your G League like bench players all the minutes?
Yeah, I would.
Then what's the point of even having the tournament?
There's no point for the tournament. That's what we're saying.
I know.
But best case scenario, I go, oh, shoot, look at that guy. And that guy turns out to be like a Robert Covington type who has been chilling on a G League team. Whoa, he just dropped 30.
Yeah,
Bam, G League guy. You're
just
signed.
30. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I just see way too many issues, and I wouldn't be interested. I wouldn't be interested. The whole thing about it makes no sense to me. I wouldn't be any more interested
than I would be
a regular season game. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. But
unless Philly wins.
Unless Philly wins.
And then I'd be rocking my in-season tournament victory jacket. Be like,
oh, that's great. Bro, they better have that on discount.
They will. They will, for sure.
Yeah, like compared to the NBA.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to give
like
me
$5 less, probably.
Yeah. Maybe 10.
Maybe 10 would be nice, but I don't know. I don't like it. Going back to like the winning team though, receiving a $1 million bonus, everyone on the roster. I do like that concept, just not applied
to an in-season tournament.
I think it's a good idea. You could apply it to All-Stars. If you make the All-Star game, I'm sure they already get some sort of bonus for making the All-Star game, but do it then or at the end of the year. The best team in each conference,
because they're just trying to incentivize regular season.
No, they definitely are of, trying harder, teams not resting their players, but there's so many other ways you can go about incentivizing the regular season other than the in-season tournament.
Yeah, I don't get the point either.
I do think it's helpful that an owner like Mark Cuban, who is, very vocal, has already publicly spoken out against this. I'm sure he's not the only one who feels that there's no need for an in-season tournament.
If I'm Philadelphia, why would I want to risk the most injury-prone
superstar
in the entire league?
Yeah.
And like regular season games, but if they're going to be like, okay, you have 4 back-to-backs. If you like, no, I'm not. Joel, no, you go sit down. We're starting Charles Bassey at center. We're starting Jaden. I forgot his name. Jaden Hardy.
No name.
Jaden Hardy.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
That wasn't to you. That was to Zach.
No, it's good. You're forgiven.
Thanks, man.
Forgiven him on my behalf.
That's crazy.
But,
I'm starting all my G League players. Charlie Brown Jr. starting at shooting guard.
It would be a decent chance to develop, but it's not what summer.
I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch.
Yeah,
G
I wouldn't
want to
watch that. I wouldn't pay an NBA ticket price for.
And they're going to charge more because it's an in-season tournament.
Yeah. Ugh.
Come
on, Adam.
Or we're going to be so wrong about this.
And it's just the best thing since sliced
vibes.
bread.
It's just immaculate vibes out there.
I do appreciate like the NBA trying to develop the game overall and draw in new viewers, new fans. I do think something changing in the future, maybe not an in-season tournament, but the sport will evolve type thing.
For sure.
Which is cool, seeing that they're willing to adapt.
Adapt or die.
Adapt or die. But
shout out Joe.
Joe Mama?
Joe Unger.
Oh, okay. That works too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad we're both on the same page, or else it'd be a little awkward. But
all right. You want to move on to the next topic?
Yes, sir. Is that our boy Dennis?
That's Dennis.
Our boy Dennis.
D. Schröder.
So, the report is good old Dennis Schröder has re-signed with the Lakers after a short hiatus away from the team. He's signing a 1-year deal for $2.64 million.
You guys just over what Montrezl Harrell signed with the Sixers for.
Beautiful. Love to see it.
That's cheap.
Yeah. No, it's cheap for
such a good deal.
A good player. Yeah, a very solid player. I know when D. Schröder was in Atlanta, I really liked him a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I loved him, bro.
Him and his receding hairline.
Yep.
D. Schröder, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's coming back.
It's a fact.
It's coming back. His time in LA did him right.
It did. It did.
Yeah, I do.
Where did he play at last year? Boston and Houston? Is that right?
We'll go with it.
I think I'm
Houston?
right. I think he played in Houston. I think he got traded.
Okay. Yeah. I do remember Boston, but
he was definitely in Boston, but I think he played in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I think he averaged like the same numbers, but on worse efficiency. I wrote something on Dennis Schröder a couple weeks ago. He should sign with the Sixers, so that's why I'm thinking.
I got you.
I might be right here.
We'll go with it. Yeah, we'll go with it. Yeah, I really like the signing. I think he's a really solid player, and for that size of a contract, that's a dub.
Do you start him?
Ooh, honestly,
starting?
That's a good question.
Assuming
That's quite the
Westbrook.
predicament.
Keep Westbrook.
Keeping Westbrook. So you got Westbrook, Pat Bev, and D. Schröder.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's just through Pat Bev and Westbrook, that's a lot of personality. I won't lie. I think, like, just looking on paper, who the best player is out of all of them.
Yep.
It's got to be D. Schröder. It's got to be D. Schröder, bro. Offensively, he is so much better than both of them. Wow.
Disagree.
All right. Well, I would start D. Schröder, and then you can figure out who's coming off the bench for him.
I would start Westbrook.
Okay.
I would put Pat Bev at the 2.
Pat Bev at the 2.
That's where he was sometimes.
Okay.
All throughout like Houston days.
Huh.
Well, like when James Harden was like more of a point guard than a shooting guard.
I gotcha.
And then he did that for LA for the Clippers for a while too. So
you have him come off the bench then.
And then just D. Schröder, where I think he works best is as the like Jordan Clarkson plus type player with playmaking.
Okay.
I
don't think he has quite the offensive capability as Clarkson.
At least not in terms of getting buckets.
Yeah.
Clarkson's a walking bucket.
He's a walking flamethrower.
Is like a bucket. But like
he's a bucket. He can give you some.
Clarkson's a bucket.
He's also not looking for a shot like Clarkson is.
Clarkson every single time is looking for his own shot, which I love about Clarkson.
Oh, I do too. And every time he puts that thing up, he thinks it's going in, so it's great.
Well, only about 40% of the time does it. So
40% of the time works every time.
All right. But yeah, I would put D. Schröder on the bench and I would let him run the second unit and let him be that spark offensively. I think that's where he fits best. I think he killed it in OKC in that role. For under 2 Hall of Fame point guards, Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul. Yep. He was significantly better under Chris Paul, but that's besides the point.
I love it. What do you think about this? Having Westbrook at the point guard and then D. Schröder at shooting guard. Have Pat Bev come off the bench.
No.
What don't you like about that?
I don't believe in Schroeder's shot enough to be a shooting guard, and I think Schroeder's playmaking's too good for a shooting guard.
Okay.
He was like averaging like 5 assists a game last year, I think.
Okay.
I want Schröder off the bench or I want Westbrook off the bench. As far as I'm concerned, Pat Bev is starting at the 2 in my dream scenario.
Okay. Then, hey, we'll have Pat Bev at the 2 and then D. Schröder as point guard. Westbrook's coming off the bench.
Westbrook off the bench would be nice.
It would be nice.
It wouldn't be as nice as D. Schröder off the bench. Actually, I might have to change my answer.
Yeah,
I might have to
it's
change
okay.
my answer.
Join me.
No, I'll stick with me. I'll stick with what I'm saying.
Okay, that's fair. No, I think there's too much offensive capability with D. Schröder compared to what we saw from Westbrook last year. And
Westbrook was not that bad.
Okay, bro. Schröder is so much more efficient. You can't deny that.
Okay, I'm gonna go find stats. You keep talking. I'm gonna find stats.
I will. I will die by that. I'll die by that right now. Last season, pulled it up, but I don't know, man. He's also younger. I like what Westbrook can bring off the bench. For that bench unit, he can pretty much run it like it's first team type B.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I also think LeBron would like that a lot more, having someone that can knock down a bucket. And when you look at it from that perspective, it's LeBron's team.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Yeah.
I almost wish the answer just for that because it is, D. Schröder might be a better fit next to Bron.
Yeah. Yeah. You got Bron, AD. You're going to want kick the ball out to Westbrook or D. Schröder. But I think we both agree that Pat Bev has a spot on the floor, starting spot. So, yeah. What are the stats looking like?
So I'm pulling up right now Dennis Schroeder's 2021-2022 season and Russell Westbrook's 2021-2022 season. They're looking at them next to each other, right?
All right, I'm excited.
So in terms of points per game,
yep,
Westbrook wins, but
that makes sense.
Yep. 18.5 for Westbrook, 13.5 for Schroeder.
Okay.
Assists
That's
per
closer
game.
than I thought. Okay.
Westbrook wins again. 7.1 to 4.6.
Okay.
Free throw percentage.
Yeah.
Schroeder.
Hold on.
85.3
what's the percentage? Okay.
to 66.7.
Ooh, 66.
Effective field goal percentage. Schroeder.
Okay.
But that one's a lot closer. It's 49 to 47.6.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot closer than I thought it would be.
3-point percentage is Schroeder, 34 to 29. 29.8, so 30.
Okay.
Field goal percentage, who do you think has a higher?
I would almost... The way you said it makes me want to say Westbrook, but I'm going to stick with Schroeder.
It's Westbrook.
Wow, okay.
Westbrook shot 44.4% from the field last year.
It's got to be all in the paint, right?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. But
no, he loves that little like turnaround midi.
He does.
He loves that. He's good at that. Really, I mean, the only thing that I significantly give Westbrook or Schroeder higher than Westbrook on, free throw and 3-point.
Yeah. Well, you look at the Lakers, that's really what they need. Yeah, that's what they need.
I don't think Russell Westbrook actually played as bad as we all think he did last year.
You look at the really bad low light shots, you know, off the side of the backboard, that type of stuff, and obviously that's
what
you
see.
That's the narrative that gets pushed. He's still probably one of the, if not the hardest hustling players on the court, but
he's an S tier player
for that. But I don't know. Yeah, looking at what the Lakers need, what they were missing last year.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I might. So this leads well into it, right? Let me get cozy so I can ask this question cozy here. Where's Westbrook going?
That's a great question. I mean, selfishly, I want Utah. I'll, die on that hill until he is traded. I struggle to see him staying on the Lakers roster, but more time goes by, he's still sitting there. Although this signing does kind of give me excitement that maybe he will move, just since there is a little problem. Who's going to get minutes? Who's coming off the bench? Does Russell Westbrook want to come off the bench?
Westbrook's not going to come off the bench. That's Westbrook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Westbrook, ironically, has turned into Carmelo Anthony of the Thunder. That's his arc right here.
That's a good comparison. I like that. Who knows? Maybe he's out the league for a year, blackballed.
And then comes back in, signs with the Sixers, kills it, because that's where what's what Melo's going to do.
Oh, okay.
Right, Nathan?
Okay. Yeah, he
Say
is.
Say it with me. Carmelo's going to be on the Sixers.
Melo's a Sixer, baby.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I would like to see him on the Jazz. But I know you were saying Pacers.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
You said Pacers would be good to fit.
Miles Turner and Buddy Hield are like two players that LeBron is in love with.
Yep.
And I see in every trade scenario for Westbrook.
Yep.
The problem is figuring out the value behind that, right? So they're both on long-term contracts, which is good for teams getting them, but might not necessarily be what the Pacers want.
Yep.
The Pacers are also run differently than I feel like most organizations are, where
absolutely
there's a lot of like player loyalty and just like we're rewarding you with a big contract because you
stayed
you're in Indiana.
Yeah, you're in Indiana. So
there's that thing. But if the Pacers are really going through full rebuild, tear down, right? You don't want Miles Turner's contract. You might want Miles Turner's contract. He's kind of young. But you don't want Buddy Hield's contract.
No.
He's maxed out. He's like 29. So if you can get a pick, maybe two out of the Lakers and send the two together to get, Westbrook, who can either be bought out or just play on your team for a year or mentor Tyrese Halliburton, whatever happens after that. Like, Westbrook isn't a bad player to get on your team and will be the biggest name you've had on your team since Westbrook's ex-teammate, Paul George.
PG-13.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, I think those are good points. I think it makes sense for both sides. Pacers, obviously, they want to look younger, kind of a new regime type thing. So, out with the old type beat. And with Miles Turner and Buddy Hield going to the Lakers, like you said, every trade scenario ever always has those two going with LeBron. LeBron obviously likes Hield. He's a tremendous 3-point shooter.
It's what Bron needs.
Yeah, no, it really
and
is.
If you get healed, like even if you don't get Turner, you don't start D. Schröder. I feel like you start.
Oh yeah, no,
you start Pat Bev the one.
That'd be
heal
great.
the two because they're both great catch and shoot 3-pointers.
Absolutely.
And for Bron to have that would be elite.
I think Turner would be just kind of a cherry on top.
It really would be because it'd just be someone to put. He can stretch the floor. He's like a 35% shooter from 3.
Yep. Would you want him coming off the bench as well, or do you want him? I would start him.
I would start him in a heartbeat. I don't even know who their starting center is right now. Do you?
Nope. That's a great question.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a great question. It's
gonna be Miles Turner here.
It would be. It would be. No, I think it makes sense. Westbrook, like you said, expiring deal, either buyout or play out. Either way, I don't think the Pacers could go wrong with it. They're not going to be a good team by any means.
Yeah, the only thing that they could regret is because like they reward a lot of homegrown talent. So like we saw that happen with Miles Turner. Miles Turner was like, I'm not happy playing next to Sabonis.
Yep.
Sabonis clearly better than Miles Turner, in my opinion. Traded Sabonis to the Kings. Yeah. Which got them
a better
Halliburton.
haul. Yeah,
it
got
was
a better haul for him. But
they do that a lot where they reward teams. There was this thing like they don't like to upset other teams.
That's fair.
Did you see what the report that came out when the DeAndre Ayton thing was happening?
I did not.
So they were refusing for the longest time to offer him a contract because they felt like that would annoy, ironically, Sarver.
Oh, nice.
And so they were like, no, we'll just wait and work out a sign and trade, or you guys can just sign him.
Okay.
Whatever's happening.
Yeah.
But literally, like, there was just no talks between the Suns and DeAndre Ayton. And so they're like, well, we want him.
Yeah.
So we're going to offer him a contract because you guys are dropping the ball here, which put the Suns in the position where they had to match it.
Yeah.
Kind of tied up their cap books. And now DeAndre Ayton's number one suitor, Pacers, they can't trade for him till after this upcoming season because of restricted free agent rules.
Oh, that's fair. That is fair. Yeah, no. I think the Pacers probably the most ideal suitor.
Yeah.
For just both sides type thing. Also, I don't think Westbrook would want to play in Utah.
I wonder why.
Due to his history and the fans' treatment towards him. Yeah. Well, I think that does it for today, unless you have anything else you want to bring up real quick.
That might be everything. I'm looking up Westbrook destinations, right? I searched Westbrook destinations, and it's showing me a Google result from my location to Westbrook, Maine, zip code 04092.
Okay.
So
going out east.
We're like a day's trip away from that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
What do you think about, just real quick, you think the Knicks can talk themselves into a Westbrook trade?
It would be, I think, a very Knicks thing to do.
Right.
To talk themselves into it. I think it'd be hilarious. Why on earth they would go after Westbrook? I don't know. But it'd be a Knicks thing to do. I don't think they should talk themselves into it. I don't see it happening, but I wouldn't be befuddled. What?
Charlotte.
Ooh.
Gordon Hayward Westbrook swap.
I like that.
Gets him off. Gets a clean book for next
like
season
that.
to get a real star for LaMelo. I just read it on Hoops Hype, so
that was good.
Yeah. Didn't even think about that.
I also like that one. Just straight up. I mean, picks associated with the two.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
but just
that can be figured out later.
That's the skill.
No, I like that though.
I want to see LaMelo succeed. Honestly,
I do too.
And I want to see LiAngelo succeed. More than I want LaMelo to succeed, honestly.
Wow.
I like LiAngelo a lot.
Okay.
I want a team to sign him.
That's fair. I am kind of surprised he's not on a roster.
He's on
well, like
G League Charlotte team.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, he did well.
No, he can ball.
Yeah, straight up. But yeah, I think that's it. Honestly.
Right, cool. Well, thank you all again for tuning in, listening.
Yeah, we appreciate it. LeBron, I know you're out there.
Yeah. Woj, thank you.
You guys just give us a shout out on Twitter. You can Nathan, do you know our Twitter?
Yeah, it's 50 Shades of NBA pod _.
Oh, that's awesome. So now
sounded good, huh?
They know where to find it.
Absolutely.
You know, LeBron and Woj, and then
we'll
the
keep
listener.
At him.
I'll tweet at them right after this.
All right, perfect.
Also, we do want to apologize for this coming out on a Friday or Saturday, depending on when it shows up. We tried. Yep. We tried to record
couple hours went by in the process of trying to figure it out.
It was disgusting. So
yeah,
we tried Tuesday, stuff broke. We tried Wednesday, stuff came up. So now here we are on Friday recording it for you guys because we are so much of your servant. Like we're here for you, you know? So
absolutely. And it worked out, Schröder's just signed.
Yeah, we got the Schröder signing.
Yeah, I know everyone's excited about that.
Yeah.
Also, okay, last thing.
All right.
Okay, Rob Pelinka, props to him because he, 2 years ago, right, when he was a free agent for the Lakers, could have signed him, D. Schröder, for like 80-something million, and it all comes full circle, and he gets him for 2.5. So props to you, Rob. I know you're listening.
Big pod.
But
that was insane.
That was good.
That was really good. That was not planned.
Awesome. No, not pod.
Not pod.
Not pod. Not
all
pod.
Right. But that's going to be it for us.
Till next week.
We'll see you on hopefully Wednesday, unless everything breaks again.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Deuces.
Deuces.